Is this opening? What's up, guys? This is Mark Sparky95 here, and today we're going to be playing Brick Rigs. Oh, get the black screen back up. So now this is a game here. I've seen other YouTubers playing this, but there seems to be some things that they miss out. I'm not sure if this is intentional or they've been paid to do this. So I got this because it looks good, but actually I can't actually do that because I was thinking of returning it, and I can't ask for a refund if I played it for more than 2 hours, so I can't actually do that. And I don't actually want to play it again because it was just bad. Building things is just beyond a joke. I might think of buying it later, maybe in a couple of months' time, when hopefully it's got better graphics, better engine, and better building. To now, it's just a piece of crap. So actually, I'm gonna see if I can request a refund. Uh, you purchased this story. Wait, wigs. Okay. We also got this, but this was alright. I would like a refund. Yes. I'd like to request a refund. 3 hours of playtime, really? This refund will remove the phone from your Steam library, yes. Uh, not what I expected. It's not fun. Didn't enjoy it. But I've actually not actually played this over an hour, although it's in 3 hours of playtime. Enjoy it. Submit request. Okay. We'll see if we can get this refunded, and we'll get back to you. But we're actually going to talk about it. So Brick Rigs is a game, Lego sort of based game on Steam, which basically is, I wouldn't say it's worth the £10, £10.99. That's where it's requesting a refund. Because there's just sometimes the concept is a great idea. If you love Lego, you'd love the sort of concept. But there's just things. Well, let's talk about the world at the moment. The worlds look sort of gloomy, not bright and sunny or anything. There's some like daytime, but see, like there's like, I'm not sure if it's like the field of view, but around the sides it goes like kind of blurry here and around here. Which I hate that. That puts me off it quite a bit. And see, whenever like there's moving parts, like something opening or closing or anything like that, gun moving, big sort of turret moving, that sort of thing. Even small turrets, small parts moving. There's like a sort of blur to it. Like you can't actually see it moving. Like you'll see it, the shape of it moving, but it sort of goes a bit blurry. But you don't see this in like these videos. Now this is high end laptop. So I'd expect it to play well, but it just didn't seem to be the money's worth. Now, if this refund works, it will save me about a tenner, maybe even a fiver. Um, because then I could actually just use the money from this to fund GTA, so I can save my old account before the 6th of March. But at the moment, let's talk about the building process. Like, there is awesome creations on Steam's workshop, but I can see why there's not many good ones. First of all, see the backgrounds for the creations on the workshop, they're just black. And see the display picture, they're not best quality. So you can have like two cars that can look very different and do very different features in the game, but on the store or on the Steam workshop, they look exactly the same. So you can honestly not tell them apart. But then we're going to talk about the building process. I tried to build one, but the fact was, see, when you're building them, it's hard to drag the controls around it as well, around about the place. It wasn't as simple as just place it there, place that there. It wasn't like that. Like you had to, with the mouse, it's right click, zoom, or a stroke wheel. You will need an actual mouse for building to make it lots easier. So it was actually right click, scroll wheel to move up and down, but to move backwards and forth or whatever like that, you had to use the WSAD. Actually, was it? Yeah, I think it was WASAD, whatever, they sort of keys. But to actually, but then once you had selected the brick, you actually had to hold in the right mouse button and actually use like E and Q for change the pitch, A and D to rotate it horizontal, and W and S to rotate it vertical. And sometimes it just didn't fit the way you wanted it to. Now, there is the advantages, like you can add sirens and all that to it, but it seems kind of basic. Controls, like, if you want to control stuff, there's no tutorial to tell you how to do things, which this would be a great advantage to Brickworks, but there's just none. Like, you see them to, like, use different features. To drive, it's very simple. It's W to go forward, S to go backwards, A to turn left, D to turn right. That idea. But if you wanted to use like it was like a fire engine with a ladder or whatever, like it sort of lift on top, even support feet, there was no like shortcut keys or anything. Like you couldn't press 1 to do this. Well, 1 to like 5 or 1 to 4 was like sirens and all that. Then there was like H and that for standard features like sirens and sirens and lights, and that's about it. And different tones and different tones of sirens. Sirens. So you had the blue flashing lights, the beacons. Then you had, which was can't remember. I think it might have been B. H was for the actual lights, the front like headlights, and 1 to 4 was the different siren tones. That is about as much key shortcuts I can remember. But see, like for anything like the actuators or whatever, the what's the name for them? Actual name for them? Like support feet sort of thing for the fire engines, for like ones that have heavy equipment and lift equipment. on board. Like they had to go down in one. Everyone had to go down individually, and how you would do that would be right clicking and select, basically trying to aim the camera at it, then press Q or E to lower it. And it didn't tell you which one done what, so you actually had to figure that out yourself as well. And this is how the motion controls, including for tanks. I downloaded a tank one. I'm not sure if the tank one is actually still in or not, but basically when you click on it, to use, they had like the both controls were basically right next to each other. So when you aim the camera at it, hoping to turn the sort of gun, I'd actually raise it up and down and lose aim. Also, you try and move the gun up and down, and you press the wrong one, and it turns around, loses aim. Now, if there was like a pre-built creation, it was like easy to add like a camera onto the gun if you wanted to. So you had like a sort of sniper camera, so you can just go and have it and snipe like a sort of sniper tank sort of thing, if that's your thing. Or it was very easy to like extend the length of the gun. But that's basically where the easiness ran out. You could disassemble it, put in like bigger engines and that, but they do have a multiplayer. But here's the catch: to use anything decent on multiplayer, it has to be the whole game file, the whole mods or whatever creations in the game. So you can maybe have six people in it, but you can only use the stock or standard models that came with the game. Not many and not decent ones. So you have a fire engine, a dragster, and a truck loaded with explosives. So it isn't the best, and to have like 2 MB, because any of your creations you cannot. But like it says, if you want to put them in a multiplayer, you'd actually have to build them by yourself. So I didn't build it by myself because it was just too difficult to start the base. Because when you put the starting piece on from building from scratch, it's way up about head height. There's no way to tell you how to actually lower that to maybe 2 inches off the ground, that sort of thing. And it was just awful. But see, if you started basically downloaded a workshop item, and you added to it whatever, it would say it was then went into multiplayer. I would say it would be too big. It's like 13,000 kilobytes out of 2,000 kilobytes, or 13 megabytes out of 2 MB. But see, if you disassembled it and basically put everything until you got back to the starting brick, it will still say you're 13 megabits over the 2 MB limit. It was just stupid. Errors when there was basically nothing there. It was still saying there was too much there. But and this was in a session on myself. Let's not talk about the roads are okay. They're like seem a bit icy, and like whenever you try and turn anything, it'll skid, it'll do that. It doesn't have the best grip. It's using the Unreal Engine, and I'll tell you, this is unreal. Then basically, see like your garages and that. There's one that spawns you up on the top of like a multi-story car park with a lift, but any big operations can't use that lift, and anything long vehicles can't use that lift, articulated or not, and long vehicles also cannot use because of the placing. But long vehicles can also not use the ramps because they're like circular ramps. So basically, they're just going in a spiral. So no, you can't get down. The only way to get down is driving off and smashing your creation. It blows up. But also where the garages on the ground are placed, they're placed on like a flat surface. But see, to get onto the road, this is even with the stock vehicles, the stock game vehicles. See, when you try and bump up the wee bump, you'll lose half your bumper, you'll lose something of your vehicle, or you just can't get up. It's too steep and too big for any of the vehicles of that size to get up. So this has been like a sort of quick 15-16 minute review of Black Rags. I wouldn't recommend it as it is. It's just awful. I hope I do get my money back, and if not, I'll be stuck to play it. And if I don't get money back, I will show you some gameplay and let you know what you think of it. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.